Good afternoon. As my colleague has earlier mentioned, the well-being and security of our Indian community in the region, which is a very big community across the region in West Asia and in the Gulf region, remains our overriding priority. We have also been, our missions and consulates from day one have been proactively assisting the community. We have been in regular touch with the host government, which is very important. We have been in constant regular touch with them to get latest advisories, their latest advice, and also on a real-time basis share with our community. Some of the efforts my colleague has already highlighted. We have set up a control room in MEA, but I want to highlight that our missions and posts which are on the ground are the ones who are really taking constant action to support the community. Our priority initially was to help the stranded passengers who were transiting through these countries and also short-term visitors. But I must add that the host governments have also been very sensitive to our concerns where visa extensions were required, where someone was distressed or where we needed assistance. Our embassies immediately reached out. And as all of you would appreciate in this kind of a situation, real-time availability of information is a priority. So our missions are issuing regular advisories. In fact, on a daily basis, the missions are updating. We have various social media channels through which we are sharing this information. And in the initial, we are coordinating very closely with the state governments and union territories, also keeping them regularly informed. We have standard operating procedures whereby we immediately, whenever we receive some information, whether it is from the state government or through local channels in these host countries, our missions reach out to them, and these 24/7 helplines have been effective. We have a very vibrant community in the Gulf, as all of you are aware, and also in other countries in West Asia and the region. Their community organizations are in regular touch with our missions. Our missions are keeping them informed about the latest developments and trying to help them in whatever way possible. There is a very strong inter-ministerial coordination also which is going on where, as was mentioned by our colleague from the shipping ministry, our seafarers who are there, any assistance which is required, the missions are immediately reaching out to assist them. Our embassies are also closely coordinating with each other, as some of you may be aware that in some of the countries there is the airspace is currently completely closed. For example, in Kuwait and Bahrain. And in Kuwait, they have moved the airport to AQI in Saudi Arabia. Bahrain is also, the people are going from Dammam and Riyadh from Bahrain. And wherever a movement of people was required, especially the stranded Indians, the transit passengers and short-term visitors, our missions have been working in close coordination with local authorities, including arranging for their transit visas, including arranging a corridor for them for transport to these countries, mainly from Saudi Arabia. Of course, the flight operations have also continued to be ramped up in UAE. UAE, lot of flights have come, which are commercial, non-scheduled commercial flights, and they have been able to cater to most of the people who were there in transit and who were waiting. And similarly, in Saudi Arabia, also flights are regularly flying from Jeddah, Medina, and from Riyadh. And in Oman, the airspace remains open. In the other parts of the region also, we are closely coordinating with each other, and we continue to monitor the situation very closely. And let me in the end reassure you, as my colleague has said, that the well-being and security of our community remains our priority, and we have put in these mechanisms to support them. There are many other measures which the missions are taking, and we will continue to update you on a